Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG Enigmatica 2 server, hanging out at my nanobot beacon, and I love these things, they're so fantastic. And I had to show one thing off here, let's go. Yes, there's a little ledge there, so it's actually not hanging over into space, just for Linda. Alright, the other thing that I did over here, let's switch out of that. That's annoying. This right here is the Null Modifier. I made an extra one because of night vision. I would occasionally want to be able to turn that off, and currently I want to turn that off, and so I just swapped that around. So right now night vision is off. And for the super observant, yeah, my Botania Island is gone. I've not been doing much with it, but that's okay. I noticed at one point, because it was pretty available, somebody had gone in there, dropped enough items, the iron, the iron, the diamonds, the ender pearls, to convert them or whatever else, and ate up a significant chunk of mana pool. So I said, somebody had access. I just removed it. So I made this. This is my Botania area. Here, let's unfly. Doing a different method. Now, currently, everything is deactivated. So my TerraSteel agglomeration plate and the spark is just pasted there. Likewise, the Elven Gateway core just ticks like crazy. So I've got plenty of mana in here, those both full. So I just took all those things and stuck them away. Over here, I've got the enchanting setup, but again, I just went ahead and broke the block to put it away and put that in place. And I've got lights. I've got some of those mana lights right here, these flares. I've got them right on top of these flowers because this right here is a collector crystal from Astral Sorcery. And up above is a ritual centered on that guy right there that gives regeneration, which is no big deal, but it also accelerates growth. And it will turn one high Botania flowers into 2 talls, which completely breaks this. And so that's why I have those little lens flares, not lens flares, these mana blasts. I've got those over it. And then did a little decoration and whatnot. But everything is deactivated right now. This, I've got a Gaia mana spreader because I killed one of those. And it sits on top of the center mana pool, which has the recessive spark, so it gives away mana, and it points down. And so this Kekimaris and this Kekimaris both feed into it and feeds up the mana pools really fast. How fast? I'm not really sure. It had just barely started processing, and I AFK'd here probably close to 3 hours, and then the server rebooted, which I expected it to do. And when I logged in the next morning, all these pools were completely full. Now, I did consume a little bit there, but that's okay. Now, these cakes, which the Kekimaris consume, and both of these are able to eat all of the cakes. So any one of them, it works just fine. And 2 is sufficient. I was just barely able to keep up with that. Anyway, pumpkin stems. If you plant a pumpkin and then use the beam from one of these collector crystals. Now I focused it up to this is a prism lens, and then I focused it down onto all 10 of those blocks. So, I figured since I've got the 3x3 here, center that, and it works great. These stems go like crazy. Now, the setup here is to accelerate growth. You really don't want to have pumpkin stems. Oh, that little flash of green, that's the regen working there. Not regen. That's accelerated growth. That's me. That's a perk I unlocked. Anyway, you don't want to set up pumpkin stems so that they are diagonal to each other. You want them to be only in the cardinal directions. They want to see next to, but not diagonal to. They speed up if they are not, or actually they slow down if they're diagonal to each other. And then they also look for farmland, irrigated farmland, and underneath that center mana pool is a block of water. That's why they're all nicely hydrated. And so this guy here looks around and it sees multiple farmlands, and so that grows faster. So that's pretty much as much as I do. And then putting these flowers here, one, makes it look pretty, and two, stops any pumpkins from growing here. They can only grow right out from them. So, and then I did the same thing over here, but used orange because, you know, why not? Anyway, it works great. Tick-wise, these don't tick very much. What ticks like crazy is the spreader. And spreaders always tick, especially if they're working really hard. I tried it with the initial mana spreader, and it couldn't keep up with the two Kekimaris. One burst, one bite of a piece of cake would fill up that mana spreader instantly. And so it was maxing it out. And I tried it with a lens, the Potentia and Velocity lens, and it still couldn't keep up. The next tier, the Elven, could keep up, but I had the Gaia and that worked as well. Still, ridiculous high tick. It was like 200 milliseconds or microseconds, and so when it's not in use, I put it away. And this is working fantastic, and when I need mana, I've got lots. And I also went ahead and set it up so that this is a hollowed out area. Oh, I'm using black concrete. It's probably pretty hard to see on YouTube, but I just hollowed out this area and banged out this this little spot, and I kind of like it. I think it looks really cool. Anyway, the only real way to get in here is to have gained access to it already, but nobody has permissions to be able to dig through the area around. And this staff of traveling allows you to go to blocks that are empty nearby, but I filled in the 3x3 chunk area around this with cobblestone, so that can't work. I do have a travel anchor here, but it is set to private, so nobody should be able to see that except for me. So, yeah, you know, it's pretty and all that, but unfortunately, I'm hiding it away. But that's not what I wanted to talk about today. Nope, I wanted to talk about going to space. So let's go home. Go home. I can type. There we go. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to design some things. And if we go on up, I've got some stuff set up here. In fact, I've got a little working area over here. We're going to do some science stuff because we want to go to space. So, you know, Homeworld, if anybody has ever played that game. Oh, I love the graphics and the music in that. It's fantastic. Nice nebula there, and, you know, some plots of where to go. Anyway, this is where I'm going to set up some advanced rocketry machinery back here. So if we look at our quests, and I haven't done anything with the advanced rocketry quests. Okay, I lied. I've got a holo projector, and that was one of the loot pieces that I got. And so let's go down, too far down. Let's go grab that holo projector. It's probably, hey, right there. Do I have another one inside? I don't see it, so we'll just grab that guy. But now how will I know that this is my loot chest? Oh. Anyway, the thing about the holo projector, if you crouch click it, it lists a bunch of different machines that are necessary for advanced rocketry. And let's see, titanium, it wants titanium. I wonder if I've got any titanium. I've got rutile ore. And this, let's grab some of these. Let's hit R to see how to get these. R, Titan, Stella, that dimension, Luna, Io, Terra Nova. So you can only find these on various dimensions. I think one of these is the Twilight Forest. And there's my portal to the Twilight Forest. And I snagged, as you saw, about 1,000 of these rutile ores there. But if we don't do that, if we use them and are this, we can craft these titanium ingots as necessary from aluminum, steel, and magma blocks, which I don't know if the rutile ore is still available in, no, that's the alloy smelter. Let's right click this guy, empty hand, open. The sag mill, if we go ahead and process this in here, and that's going to probably give me, no, not that I want to use. I think manufacturing sag mill gives me, actually, it makes no sense to use that. It will be better to use it over here because that would consume up my grinding balls to no good use. So you go away. Don't need you. So I will process up some titanium because I need some titanium. Let's go back to the questies. I need some titanium. I also need to make some coils and mortars. Blah, 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 blah. I am going to claim that real quick. I need to sit there and make these plus another 2 machines to get it out to space. So precision assembler, the cutting machine, the crystallizer, the electric arc furnace that doesn't fit the theme, the lathe, and the rolling machine. And I think I'm going to make these guys first because they will help me get the bits to make all the rest of them. So let me go ahead and grind out the parts for these 2 machines. Now, I badmouthed the sag mill, and I really shouldn't have, because if I hit the button right, if I come in here, I ran another stack of the titanium ore through, and if it just did the 2 times that it says it would do, that would be that. Those grinding balls really do help. I almost, I got 1.5% more, 1.5 times more than what I use. So, yay, the sag mill is really good for that. I made this, the compactor, and I also made the gear working die. I had one of the upgrades kicking around. Right now I just got speed on there, but that makes plates really, really easy. And I got the gear die because I need steel gears. And that recipe gives me something else. And I didn't want to spend more for this one that probably works. So you just run it through the gear working die if that's added to the compactor, and 4 becomes any gear. So yay. Anyway, let's go ahead and make a few things. I need to make 2 aluminum coils, and I'm going to make 2 titanium coils. And then 1, 2, 3 of those. Actually, I'm not sure I need more than that. Let me hold off on those, but I do need 2 of these, or 3 of these. Do I have? Let me count really quick. Yes, I don't have any plates in there. All right, let's go ahead and make those plates real quick. So while that's going on, I'll take these and make rods, and that's as cheap as I've been able to find them, so I'm glad for that. Let's grab these. And, oh, I do need, because reasons. Let's put that there. Because I need 2 of these motors. And there's different tiers. The other one needs iridium, and I don't have iridium. Oh, it just occurred to me, I need more aluminum because I need 2 of those. So let's go ahead and grab those plates. Let's grab some more aluminum over here. I haven't dumped a lot of these other ores into the network because I've not needed them, and I should have grabbed 2 sets worth instead of 1. Let's grab another 8. Perfect. There we go. There's always something that I don't count. And let's make another one of these motors because I need 2 of these according to my countings, which we've already seen is kind of faulty. So this, I believe, goes like this, or I'm always backwards. I'm always backwards. There we go. Make some machine structure blocks, and there's a lot of those being used in the stuff that we need here. All right, so let's go ahead and make the lathe. It has some interesting bits, and I need to make another. This is where I can just do this. Let go. Make the ruts. There we go. So this has everything there except for those 3 funky bits. So let's make the 3 funky bits. The user interface, and I'll make 2 of them. Rolling machine also needs a user interface, so let's make the 2. And then I need to make these circuit boards. And you can either make it with all these bits, or if you've got the precision assembler, you can make it with a whole lot fewer bits. And I wish I could. I'm going to need some powdered gold and some copper. And then this one here needs lapis. Well, I can do the lapis right now, so let's do that one. But I need some gold and copper. And remember my summit. 8, and copper is over here, because it's one of those things where I hardly use it. So 2. Let's go ahead and pulverize that. I was expecting it to work like the like my AE system, where you just drop it anywhere and it just gets sucked in, but no. All right, we'll let those process there. We'll grab this, check again. I need 1 yellow here and 1 yellow there, so I do need 2 of these. I wonder how many. Oh, I don't have any, would you believe, slabs. Yeah, I don't have any wood slabs. Does this take any wood slab? Yeah, it looks like it's taking any wood slabs. So let's go ahead and make some slabs. You know, I'm always using slabs, so let's make a double set there. Okay, back to these. I need 2 of these. There we go. There's the 2. And then I need 2 of them from here. And we'll just actually dump that in, because now I can make the 2 green ones. And you say, why copper and it gives me green? Well, if you process copper in a lot of things, it does come out green. It's really funky, but you know, yay, chemistry. All right, so now I can make the lathe, multi-block structure control piece, and the rolling machine. Yay, there's those 2 done. All right, now I've got the machine structures, I've got those 2, I've got this, and the server's restarting in 5 minutes. Of course it is. Can I make the rest I need real quick? The input hatch, I need 3 input hatches. 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3 input hatches. And a fluid input hatch, I need 1 of those. And then powers, oh, I need these. We'll skip those for right now. I need some output hatches, and that's another 3 of those. That's too many. 3 of those. And then let's look at the power, because I need 2 power what's-its, which means I need small batteries, which means, okay, I need iron rods. I've got those tin plates. I think tin is another one of those things that's over here. Oh, wow, got a lot of stuff here. Tin, 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 tin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's squish those real quick. And looking again at this, I need 2 sets. I did that, so yes, I just need these 8. I'm gonna get these all these bits made before the server reboots. Alrighty. So yay! I think this will work. Let's come into here. That make doot. There's the extra one. 1, 2, and now we can make the 2 power what's-its. 1 here, 1 there, and I have lots of those blocks left over because let's come here to the holo projector, and I'm going to make the lathe. So I just click that, and we'll go up, 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 and of course there's the door. Well, I'll have to answer that. I could complain about the door ringing, but that was a neighbor bringing over a nice little basket of goodies for Niece the DuckFarmer, so I'm not going to complain. You know, people can come and drop off goodies anytime they want. Anyway, this is the Schematica layout of how I want to arrange these 6 machines in here, but I'm not actually going to use Schematica to paste this stuff. In fact, let's go ahead and hide this. I'm going to use, well, at least for these first 2 machines, I'm going to use the holo projector. So if I crouch right click, hit lathe, because that's the first one. And it'd be nice if that did something, but you got the little click sound, but that's it. But now if you come over here and you click the ground, it gives you the machine structure, and if you crouch scroll, there's the next layer, and there's all of it. All right, so let's go ahead and put this stuff in place. It wants the output hatch and the input hatches here. So let's output hatch, input hatch goes there, right? And the nice thing about this, let me click so there's nothing behind it. It's like a solid block. It will actually put stuff there. I like that a lot. So let's put these two machine structure blocks here. We need one of these engines. And the nice thing is it really doesn't matter which direction they go in. Let's put it this way. Nope. Although that looks really dorky. Let's put it this way so it looks a little bit better. There. That engine looks really nice as far as a motoring stuff. All right, we need a power. And where'd my power go? There's my power, and then the lathe. All right, power goes there. Yep, and see, I had everything lined up, and I wanted to verify that yes, indeedy, there's my power to give me power. And then we need the lathe bit. There's the lathe, and nothing happens. But if you right-click the control box, so in this case it's the lathe, this is one of the coolest looking multi-model. I really like a lot of these advanced rocketry devices. They look really cool. So if you right click here, this is the input, you can stuff, and right down there you get the output, and then here's where we'll turn it on. So there's power, and let's run and grab some stuff. Let's make some rods. Whoops, too far. Let's go around here. Let's make some iron, because why not? 1, 2. Now that would give me 4 if I, one more, there we go. If I were to do it this way, it gives me 4. And if we put them in here, 1, isn't that cool? And it's that fast because the motor gives me 2. So there's no benefit other than I can bulk up a whole bunch of things in here to process them through. Which is really good. But some of the other ones, the recipes wants like 3 ingots to get you 2 or stuff like that. This will be much, much better. All right, so that's the lathe. Yay. We need the rolling machine over here. So again, let's go ahead and grab this. Crouch click, rolling machine, rolling machine. So if you just click and drag, it took me the longest time because I was trying arrow keys and then I remembered, oh no. Click and drag. All right, so rolling machine, and if we click it here, that's wrong. And you can just break these things like that. There we go. That's the right position for it. So this one here can use any sort of a multitude of different connections, and that needs fluid. So let's make the one fluid goes here, and then the motor goes there. There's my motor. All of a sudden I was going, I don't have the motor. Here's the 2 coils, and of course I don't have those coils with me because I made them. Coil, there's my 2 titanium coils. And since I've got plenty of titanium, oh, Questy, since I've got plenty of titanium, I can use that. These provide that's speed, and these do something else. It's been a long time since I've actually looked at what they did, and right now I don't care. All right, so those 4 go there, and then this is the output hatch. So let's take our 2 outputs and go doink doink, and this is where we're going to do power because I can look through and it's, oh, that's funky. It's not seeing the power below that. So there's the power plug. Throw it away because I don't want it. All right, so there's the power plug. Let's scroll up to the next layer. There's the rolling machine controller itself, and then the 2 inputs, and then we need a structure. And that one's done, so we right-click the center, and isn't that cool? Again, this is a really cool structure. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And then if you click either of these sides, it gives you the input hatch, and I think they're not shared. Again, you get multiple out hatches here, but to get a lot of the stuff that we need, let's go down here. I need a sink. I don't have a sink. Let's make a sink, because sinks are great water sources, and I don't think I have a water bucket, but I do. All right, so there's a sink. I need a conduit. I need a pressurized conduit. Alrighty. And was there any other? Let's get some titanium. Let's get some titanium over here. We'll get like, I'll just grab all of it, because why not? Let's head on up. Okay, so over here, I'm going to place the sink right there, and I'm going to put the pressurized fluid here. Let's always have it extract, insert, and it's now getting water. You can do buckets and stuff, and I could do this from underneath, but while this is assembled, you can put other stuff in here. If I didn't have this assembled and I tried this, it would break. So if I need to break this a bunch because of tick, I'll probably put it underneath here and hide it. But so that's got that there. Let's take, oh, are you complaining? Oh, I wonder if it's actually going to complain and, no, it's still working. Cool. All right. Did you do something? There's my plate. So that gives me the titanium plate really quickly. 1, 2, 3. So this way we'll get a full 4. That's really fast. And you can see the little ingot coming in, getting flattened. That's fast. Now if I look over here, okay, so it looks like they are completely separate inputs. I think just because I click here and it doesn't like it, I think I will actually go ahead and it reassembles when I run something through. So yeah, I'm going to break this and break that, and I'll put that down through here. All right, so sink will go there. This will go here. Always. And that's insert. All right, so yeah, I'll have to, I'm going to make a conduit, not a conduit, but a facade to make that to hide. There. Now it won't complain anymore, and you know, you can see that underneath there, but I could put it elsewhere, but I'll fiddle with that later. All right, so these are really cool, and I can make, from these, I can make the plates and the rods much easier. Now, if we turn on the, there we go. This is the crucible. The crystallizer is, I think, this one. And this is the saw blade assembly, which is cool. It cuts stuff. It's got the nice little blade back there. This is the electric arc furnace, and this bugged me. Everything else looks so high-tech, and this looks just bricks. And this is the precision assembly station, or whatever that is. So I need to go ahead and make these bits. I'm gonna, because you saw how I was making everything else. It's just the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and make, actually this one probably first, because this will help with the circuits that I need for everything else. So, making this one for next. And there's the precision assembler. Oh, and this is what I talk about when I say it's got great looking models. That looks fantastic. So let's go ahead and make some plates. Oh, and we got to turn it on, of course. There it goes. Whoosh. Wow, that was fast. Okay, let's do these ones. See, that's much better. This is the electric furnace, whatsamajigger, the electric arc furnace. And it just doesn't look the same, does it? No, it just doesn't. This one's the saw, and this one's that. Okay, well, we need to go downstairs and make the assembly bits and what's it's for them. So let's toss those in. And so let's see, the crystallizer. There's the crystallizer. And then the cutting machine. What am I missing for the cutting machine? A steel plate and steel gears. Oh, well, I thought I had that. Steel. Obviously, I did not. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Can we do the electric arc? We can't. What are we missing for that? Oh, a copper ingot. Well, I can do the copper ingot. That's easy. Let's do that here. Okay, while that's going over there, let's send that one through. Grab this, pull this out, stick that in, stick those in there, and while that's processing, You go there. There's the electric arc furnace, so that is done. There's my... Oh, I probably had made those already and hadn't realized I had made them. Yes, I'll edit that out. You'll never notice. All right, so the cutting, there's the cutting machine. Nice. All right, so there's the 3 bits. Up. One more. Whoops, just one more, I said. So this is the crystallizer. And let's actually turn that on. Again, isn't that just cool models? Oh, that's really cool. All right, so then we've got that one done, Let's do the electric arc furnace. Right-click that one. And that's just lame. I have to say that's just lame. Here, let's break this so I can hop up. Here at the top, there's 3 of these power inputs. And so I put just one advanced cell and ran some conduit and I said, done. It's hiding out of the way. I don't care. It looks ugly. And the saw, or the cutting machine. And see, again, that looks really good. All right, so all of these are on, and this is so much cheaper to make the boards with this thing than doing it elsewhere. So here we go. There are the 6 basic machines that you need to get going. And quest-wise, if we take a quick look at the questies, those are all done. But you probably noticed, you said, hey, wait a second, you made those silicon wafer thingies in here. So if we go back to this, click on that. The silicon plates. Well, silicon plates are taking silicon ingots and squishing them down, and silicon ingots are made by running sand through the electric arc furnace. So let's go ahead and do that. How did I do that? Because I just barely made the electric arc furnace. Go back up. Because I'm going to need some of this, so let's get sand. And yeah, let's do 32. Why not? Up. Too many ups. So if I come in here, input, I can add 16 sand in here, and then watch. That's not bad for speed. That's very interesting for speed. I did it a different way because I didn't want to build that down here. I made the manufactory from Nuclear Craft, and I could put the stuff in there, and that's slightly faster in my book, but I'm happy with that. This manufacturer is really cheap to make. So some lead, and that's just copper and iron. So I would say completely skip making the electric arc furnace because typically it's really, really slow, especially if you don't have that titanium that I have because I already got it from the Twilight Forest. If you're dealing with iron or copper or one of those other much slower cables or coils, if you're dealing with a much slower coil, holy cow, is that electric arc furnace so incredibly slow. So there was all those, and see, it's still doing some here. Not as manufacturing. Go with the manufacturing. Alrighty, so now that I've got these machines, there are 2 others I need to get up and running, and they won't fit in here really. These pods are nice and all that, but they don't, and so they're going to go up here. But first I need to grab all this stuff and make the bits. Now these 2 machines are almost ready, but we need the control mechanisms for that, and for that we need to come down here and toss in some silicon into there, and that gives me a boolie. I don't know, but we want to. Okay, now I got to remember. I need to make the circuit. For that, I need to cutting machine. Okay, I do that, and that's the out. That's the in. I get messed up. I love the animation. It looks so good. I get messed up because everything I have the inputs on the left and then the outputs on the right, but this one forces you to have it the other way around. Dislike it. All right. Anyway, so grab one of those. Let's come over to here, and you and you and one of you. Done. Oh, I love how fast that is. Now let's go ahead and put the input here and then stand on the blade. Ouch. Because of course it's painful. That gives me 4 of those. Let's head downstairs real quick. Zoop, 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 zoop. And I need an electrolyzer, and that uses those 2 bits. And then I also need a chemical reactor. So there's those 2 bits. Alrighty, let's head on up. Doop, 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 doop. One more. There we go. So the electrolyzer goes here, and there's that all formed. And the way I've got this set up here, it needs water to come into the back, which actually is fully watered, which is good. And then it's going to produce, I think it's hydrogen on this side and oxygen on that side. So I have them going to gargantuan drums, so there's a large amount. And then they output to an ender tank, so now I can transport this stuff anywhere. Unfortunately, they're all the same color. So before I do this, let's break these down. Break them down. And same with this guy here. All right, so let's take my ender tankies, put them in a row. There we go. All right, so this guy, let's actually start him up, and he's going to start producing stuff unless it goes into here. But anyway, let's let this produce. There we go. So hydrogen is on that side. That's why. Okay, and then the oxygen is over there. Cool. So oxygen being blue, and actually, yes, it is. It is slightly blue, the liquid oxygen. So I'll go ahead and put that there. And you're going to be the oxygen. Actually, I need 2 of you. Boink. All right, so now we've got light blue for the oxygen. And we'll put it there. And that should start filling up. And it is, which is perfect. And here's where I'm trying to remember which side. It's the opposite. I think this is the oxygen side. If I rotate that, it should start pumping it into here, and there goes the oxygen. And that's the wrong color. It's pink. No, it's not pink. It's not pink at all. It's supposed to be that blue, and you saw it when it was in there. It was that blue. Anyway, enough ranting on that. Hydrogen, let's go ahead and do the hydrogen color, and because it actually shows up as pink, I'm going to use those. Pinkity pinkity. Let's grab the hydrogens, and now we can point it back here this way. So there's the hydrogen. You can see it's getting slightly pink in there as it's getting the hydrogen into it. And we'll put the other hydrogen here and tell it to output. And I should start filling up stuff here. Ooh, I can't put these things here yet, I think, because the chemical reactor is going to freak and say that those, nope, doesn't care. Cool, it assembled. Great. So now these are being set up, and if we turn on the power, it should start making back here fuel, which will go into there. There we go, and then it fills up this tank. So that's the fuel, and that's kind of a yellowy color, so of course I don't have any yellow. Let's go get some yellow. Too far. I need some yellow. There's some yellow. And, you know, for right now, I'm just going to deal with the one. So yellow. And I already put diamonds on all of these, so that they are mine and not anybody else's. No, it's not going to pull anything from there. This will push because I switched to the orange. It will actually push, but this doesn't touch anything there because it does not output. I actually need a conduit of some sort to pull it out. So this is generating rocket fuel for me. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and run for right now. These need to be here and they need to process. And how are you doing for water back there? Oh yeah, it's able to keep up with the water just fine. These are the middle tier of the conduits, and they are handling this just fine. I don't need to go any of the higher conduit levels. Doesn't need it speed-wise. All right, so this, to get into space, I need a lot of fuel, and so I need this to just run. And so now that I've got the machines, they can just run. And I think what I will do is I'm curious because I've added a whole bunch of machines to my setup, and now I need to know what's the impact here on the server for all these machines. So I'm going to run a lag goggle scan, and I'll be back when that's done. And done. So what I'm seeing is most of the tick is coming from the fact that I've got the various energy cells, the power cells. These are doing a little bit more. So there's the power cells. Yeah, the ender tanks are going to do a little bit of work. This is all tiny, minuscule amounts. These are actually pumping and pushing. So that's going to be doing a little bit of work, and unfortunately can't be helped. Some of these things I can, no, I got to keep these. But this one I could box, but it's 4, microseconds. So that's not hardly anything at all. But looking at these, I think the easiest thing to do, let's go down, whoop, is to just sit there and cardboard box these. So I need 6 cardboard boxes. Do I have 6 on me? I've got 8. Perfect. Alrighty, so I can go ahead and box those up because they're not actually being used right now, so there's no sense in having that, and they're easy to access anyway. So there we go. I've got me, let's turn that off because it's annoying. I've got me a really cool setup here for getting ready for advanced rocketry, and it's fun. The next is to actually build rockets and get some setup so I can exist out in space and maybe go to the moon. I think that's the first thing to do. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. It's exciting stuff. A bunch of the people have gone out there, and I want to make me a good looking space station because I haven't done that for a long time. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here on the FTOG Enigmatica 2 server, having a blast with Advanced Rocketry, and I've got all the machines here that I need to make my fuel and make the other stuff that I need to make the rockets. But that's another episode. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.